Welcome to the broadcast tonight. President Clinton on his book Giving, on how he sees the world and how he sees the 2008 election. Mohammed Yunus had brought a lot of attention to microfinance and got a Nobel Prize. Tell me, when you look at it, how effective is it and how much is it spreading?
First, it is almost universally effective where it's done based on the same model that he and the other big givers in Bangladesh have used. That is where you realize you may be dealing with people who never have a balance sheet, but they have a good reputation in the community, you know they've got a skill, and there's clearly a market for what they want to do. In the early 80s, the South Shore Bank in Chicago, now called ShoreBank, started making microcredit loans by American standards to black carpenters and Croatian electricians to work together to retrieve the South Side. Hillary found out about this and talked to me, and she went out and raised the money to create a rural microcredit bank in Arkansas, do the same thing with the same results. It's still in place. Then when I became president, we gave 2 million microcredit loans a year overseas and gave the first microcredit programs funding in America. It always works. Now, can it make a difference? It depends on whether they're concentrated enough. I think in Bangladesh, the Grameen Bank and others have been giving money now for 30 years. So that the volume of loans is so great now, I think it's making a measurable contribution to the economy.
It has moved beyond just loans to women.
Yeah. But even though women are still the primary recipients, the point is so many of them have been made that the various examples of economic growth have a synergy. They're working together. My only evidence of this is that in the last couple of years, Bangladesh has had one political crisis after another, the kind of thing that tanks the stock markets, you know.
Well, you know, Yunus was going to run for prime minister and then backed off.
Yeah, it was Yunus.
Yeah.
But in spite of all this trouble, their economy still continued to grow about 6 or 7% a year. Yeah. Unheard of with that. I think it's because it's growing from the grassroots through the interlocking networks of microcredit entrepreneurs. So I saw when I was president that we changed the reality of life for a lot of villages in Africa and Latin America and Asia. But we would have to give 20 or 30 million microcredit loans, not 2 million, to change a country.
That brings me to this question. What's the role of government?